Hello, awakening souls. So, I wanted to tell what's happening with my life right now. When you finally awaken to that you are a spiritual being having a human experience, you start to learn about yourself, your shadow self, beliefs you have, and things you don't like to face. And one thing I have an issue with, well, I wouldn't say an issue, but a challenge, is confrontation. My past self would avoid it at all costs. I was a people pleaser, and I'm working on that. But a few days ago, I made a post on a app that connects you with your next door people, in close nearby towns. And I made a post saying that if there was anyone out there who needed help as far as, because before my awakening, I would wake up stressed, worried. How was I going to pay the bills? What was the kids going to fight about today? It was just a constant, the mind is constant. And people walk around managing stress, being depressed, or clinging on to sanity, which is my case. So I made a post saying that if anyone was in that situation and they wanted to change, wanted a different path, to send me a message and, I would help. We would talk, do something, whatever. And, and first person replied, and they were saying that they understood what I was trying to say, but disagreed with giving people false hope that life wouldn't happen again. Oh, and I said that we are taught that life kicks you down and you pick yourself back up, dust yourself off, and go back at it again. And I noted that life does not happen to you, it happens for you. And about changing your perception about things, because when you figure out that it's happening for you to teach you things, then it's like a communication, a dance between you and the reality, is how I see it. And he was saying that it is pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and go back at it. And then he brought up death, and when someone dies, about being sad, and I don't know, but it was confrontational. Pretty much him disagreeing with what I was saying. And I wasn't asking for responses. I was asking if someone needed help, reach out to me. I'm here to help. And I got confrontation because I knew why. I knew it was because I tried to avoid it. My past self has tried to avoid it, and I'm working on it. I say my past self because even though I own that characteristic, I don't want to speak it out for the next moment. But I got confrontation, and then a female then responded saying that she agreed with him and how she had lost somebody, and she believes that you should feel it until you can no longer feel it, and then release it. And I'm like, yes, this is right. I agree with you 100%. No one said anything about not feeling feelings when someone dies. Replied back and, added that I wasn't referring to someone dying in someone's life. I was talking about everyday stress. Managing stress every day is nonsense. You don't have to manage stress. You don't have to be stressed, period. If you trust the universe and trust that everything's happening for you, there is no managing stress. But I replied back to him saying that, that I wasn't referring to death, and and that it is your perception on death. And I was talking about the way we perceive things. And when you change your perception, you can change it changes the way it affects you. Because I was referring to, if you are stressing about bills, you are basing it off of most likely your past where you haven't been able to pay, or maybe you have, but you still worry about it. That's how I was. I was still had a roof over my head, but would worry about, oh, am I going to be able to pay? But during the reply, I was saying that he was misunderstanding me. I wasn't saying not to feel feelings, but we perceive death as a bad thing because it was programmed into us pretty much. There is some people who celebrate death. And when you know that this is just a dream, that this is not even, it's a real experience. It feels real. It looks real. It feels so real. But it's not really real. You know, our real self, our true self is on the other side. And when we wake up like, whew, that was a wild dream, you know. I know that these people are not there yet, and I understand that. And I understand that I got the confrontation because I tried to avoid it. So, and as soon as I read his reply, my body had a reaction. My heart started racing. That, I guess the feeling that you would have if someone was trying to fight you, maybe that's a little over extreme. But if someone tries to confront you, that's the feeling I would get because I've always avoided it. Like, at all costs, been the happy person that didn't want to piss anybody off. And I responded, kept to what I was saying, you know. If you have a perception that death is bad and that person is gone and you're never going to see them again, then yeah, you're going to take it pretty badly. But if you know they're not gone, they're just an energy form, they just transition, they're still right there with you. And if you call their name, they're going to be there. Most likely if you don't call their name, they're still going to be there watching over you, especially if it's a spouse. I think with that man, it was a wife. That was his best friend, lover, etc. And if I had not been awake and in his shoes, losing a best friend lover, that would be pretty devastating. But now that I'm awake, when I die, I don't want no one to be sad. Don't be sad. I'm going to be right here with you. I'm not going anywhere. Celebrate it. Celebrate that I have transitioned. Celebrate that I get to go home and that you will be there too, and that we're not going anywhere. We're not going to go disappear. We're not going to disappear, you know. But it was just funny how the thing that I tried to avoid and ignore is right there in your face. And that's just how it is when you go through this spiritual awakening. You will come to situations like that. And like I was saying, that my body had that knee-jerk reaction, like, oh my goodness, I mean, this is on the phone. Nobody can hurt me. Oh, sorry about that. I heard one of my kids coming. And if you're watching me because you're an only parent and want to know how it gets done, it gets done like this. It's not very professional. It's very real. You could be making a video and here they come to ask for something. Most likely is ask for something. I see my hair sticking out. Anywho, and I have not learned editing yet. I'm sure I could, okay? I'm not going to say I haven't learned it. I haven't tried. Let's be honest. I haven't tried. And maybe one day in the future when I'm on more than 3 videos, I will do it. But right now, we'll just see how it goes. But, and where'd my train of thought go? That my body had the knee-jerk reaction. My heart started racing just like I was about to get into a fight. And it was just a response on the phone. So I calmed my body down and, reassured it's okay. Nothing's happening. It's just a response. And all I got to do is take a moment, breathe, slow my heart back down from pounding out my chest, and respond the best way through my higher self. That's what I say out loud, let me speak, let my higher self speak through me, because I don't want to have that ego to come out. And rereading my replies, there was a little bit of an ego there in one of them, just a tad bit. That's part of being human, and I have a fly. But that's going to have to go. But I calm myself down and ask higher self to come out of me, not ego, not be offensive, or get offended. And the replies went on like back and forth, and it got easier, it got better. So those of you who are going through this, once you face it the first time, it will get easier. It does get better. But just know when that happens and you're like, why am I getting this? What's this happening for? It's for a reason. It's a dance between you and pretty much your higher self is how I see it, teaching you about things you're not seeing clearly, or maybe you are, but you're still hiding from it, whichever. I hope this helps someone, and much love to all of those working so hard to discover who they truly are, because first and foremost, know thyself, right? Kids hollering again. Until next time.